Hello everyone, Silent here, and welcome back to another episode of Truly Bedrock Season 2. I hope you're doing fantastic today. Today, we're going to be working on the Ghast Blaster 9000, completely finishing up that entire project, making a fungus farm, tree farm, basalt farm, and concrete farm. It should be a pretty fun thing. I'm looking forward to having that project finished up. A lot of other projects kind of rely on that one, so that'll be a good thing to get finished up. Now, one random thing right at the start of the episode, you might notice that we have ourselves a massive, huge, tiny baby chicken over here. It's literally just one cute, adorable baby chicken in the middle of the desert. As you can see, there's nothing else around for hundreds of blocks. It's just a random, cute baby chicken. I don't know what to make out of it, but it's extremely adorable, and I love that it's here. There's another small thing that I want to do at the start of this episode. Liara has left us a little bit of a gift box in our base for letting her use our farms, like the iron farm and the mountain pumpkin farm, for the villagers and whatnot, and just being me, I guess. I don't know. But you see, the thing is, we can't open this. We can't open it because there's a cake on top. Now, we could just destroy the cake, but of course, I'm not just gonna go ahead and destroy a perfectly fine cake, so I need to run around and get like all of the hunger in the world, and then we can eat the rest of that cake and then see what's in the box. I'm very curious. This has been sitting here for days now, I think since like the last episode, and I just want to eat the cake. We gotta get a lot more hunger. Luckily, that stuff doesn't give you that much like saturation. Come on, get hungry faster. I gotta spam the space bar. I think we need more than that. Like another haunch. There we go. Okay. Can I eat it? Another one. Okay, let's go back to here, do some more jumping. It's not how I planned on starting the episode. Okay, there we go. That's all we need. Bam! What's in the box? Ooh, fancy. Are these the new mini blocks? What? I haven't messed with these at all. And totems! Oh my god, we got some totems in here and more cakes. This is beautiful. I love it. Box of much thanks. Nice. Diamond blocks, don't need those. But mini netherite block? Oh my god, look how cute it is. And then there's like the mini ender chest block. Oh, it's so adorable. Look at that. It's got the full texture. And then you can sit on it. This is something new that we've added to the server. I haven't showed this off at all, but the Wandering Trader now sells like 100 and something different mini blocks, and they're all adorable little things. They're basically like the same as our mob head add-on, where you can kill things and get mob heads. Is there one of those in here? Snow block mini block. We got a slime block mini block. Let's go get one of our mob heads so we can compare them side by side. We got like a whole chest of them up in here. What's the most gruesome mob head? The bunny! Nobody likes it when you kill bunnies, but hey, I killed one. You're just gonna have to deal with it. So yeah, when you kill a bunny, or pretty much any other mob in the game, they have a chance to drop these adorable mob heads. This one's like extra small and adorable because it's like from a bunny. But now we also got the mini blocks. Everyone on the server has basically been creating a cult around finding where the Wandering Traders are spawning and then trying to trade with them as fast as possible. As you can see, Wandering Trader head right there. I've killed a Wandering Trader. Basically, if you got a Wandering Trader, everybody wants to know where it's at. At this point, there's basically a bounty for whoever can like share the location of a Wandering Trader. And these things are not cheap either. It takes one of the actual blocks to be traded to the Wandering Trader, and then you get 8 of these things back. So for Liara to get one of these netherite mini blocks, she had to trade an actual full netherite block. It's kind of crazy. I love it. I've not gotten into the cult of the mini block or the mob head yet, but maybe we will. So long story short, many thanks, Liara, for dropping this off. This is very helpful. These totems are going to get used in very reckless endangerment ways, so we're just going to go ahead and put all of those into the ender chest basically right now. We can only fit a single one in there. Sadness. I might consider joining the cult of the mini block. Not gonna lie, they got some pretty good perks. And one more tiny little thing before we get down to copper wires here. We have done a little bit of work in between episodes on making a tunnel to our Piglin trading area. So we got this little area here, a nice diagonal staircase that looks kind of trippy when you're walking up and down it. I kind of like it. This is something that we just randomly came up with on stream. And then we've been slowly but surely knocking out the 700 block long tunnel that goes all the way to the Piglin Trader as well. We've gotten a fair bit of it done. There's still a lot more to do though. And one thing that I really like is that we actually have an ice highway going all the way down this thing. And it works surprisingly well. As you can see, works pretty good for being diagonal until for some reason you occasionally like hit a random block. There's no actual blocks for you to hit and like get knocked to the side, but sometimes when you're going too fast, the chunks aren't loading or something, you get knocked off to the side. It doesn't make any sense, but it is what it is. Welcome to the game. But yeah, this basically goes all the way down to the Piglin trading farm. As you can see, we've been doing a lot of work on this. So this is certainly way faster than flying. It's way better than, you know, flying over the lava lakes, because now you just boat really quickly over the lava lakes. I assure you, this is a perfectly safe, you know, endeavor. Anybody would assure you if you were going on this kind of cruise. There's definitely no chance of loss for life. And speaking of nether things, it's about time that we start work on the Ghast Blaster 9000. Oh, that was a pretty good one. I nearly got out here. Anyway, let's head over to the overworld and start working on the redstone, shall we? And here we is. So in the last episode, we left off with this thing being like 95% complete. As you can see, we got 9 of the ghasts in there. Yes, they're pink. Deal with it. So yeah, this thing is mostly functional as far as I'm aware. It did break a little bit, but I'm pretty sure that we fixed every single bit of that. The main things that we need to do is not break it anymore by them, you know, firing at us. So we're gonna have to be using a lot of invisibility potions when we're working on this in today's episode. We also need to get a collection system in place. So if we run in here real quick without them seeing us, this is the blasting board where all of the fireballs from the ghasts get redirected into. That's gonna break all the logs, all the fungus, all the concrete, and all of the basalt as well. All those blocks are gonna fall down into some sort of water collection system and then go off to a storage system. That's basically the easiest thing to build. However, we're gonna leave that for last because we don't wanna build up, you know, the storage collection system first and then build up the other 2 farms, the basalt and the concrete farm, and then have to change the storage. So the first thing that we're gonna build is probably the concrete converter, and I have some pretty simple ideas for how to make that work. We're gonna be standing at the top of there, placing down the concrete powder. That's gonna get redirected and pushed downwards directly into this blasting area. I'm just randomly going through some chests over here, and I find 3 entire shulkers full of mini blocks. You see what I mean about the cult of the mini block? And then of course there's mob heads laying around everywhere. There's bunny and dolphin mob heads. This area is gruesome. I love everything about it. All right, so I got all the redstone materials needed to build up the farms that we should need. However, I kind of want to build up a giant wall in front of the ghast so that way they don't see us and shoot at us. So I'm just gonna go ahead and chug an invisibility potion and build up a giant wall of cobblestone. It'll be super ugly, but it'll be safe, which is really all that's important. These guys got quite the giant eyes on them, so they can really see you, basically, no matter what. Even if we just peek around the corner for a second, you can see the ghast churns and looks at us. It's not safe at all. Let's get some invisibility up in here. One giant ugly wall at your service. I like the looks of this. Even though it's perfectly ugly, I still like it, okay? It's not what's on the outside, it's what's on the inside, and also the fact that we can't see the ghasts. The ghasts are definitely way more ugly than this wall. Okay, so hear me out. I know this is gonna sound crazy, but I'm thinking what we do for the concrete conversion is literally just stand right here, and then we can place 5 blocks of concrete in front of us. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, as you can see there. And then we have an observer right here to activate a piston, which would be facing downwards to push all of the concrete down. So we basically have like 5 pistons right here. Just pretend that those ones are facing downwards. I just want to get along with my explanation. So then we push all these blocks down to this location right here, right? And then we have water sitting right here. That's very important because that'll make the concrete powder turn into normal concrete. And then the next time that we place in the next 5 powder, it'll push it down, and then that'll slowly but surely push solid blocks of concrete down into the blasting zone, where the ghast will then destroy them and turn them into items. Now the great thing about this is we can actually set up one of these on both sides for 2 players, because this little blasting area is what, like 2, 4, 6, 7, it's 8 blocks long, so only taking advantage of 5 of that, kinda naff, so we could set up another one of these on this side, it's going to be a little bit awkward to get up here, but of course we can prettify this and make it much more functional later on. I just want to get the bones of this going and make sure that's actually going to work, and then we can make it all pretty afterwards. So it turns out this thing is actually incredibly simple. I did do some spaghettification to the redstone and to make it not canoodle with one another. That way both sides works independently of each other. You don't activate pistons on one side when you're trying to do this side, etc, etc. So if we go ahead and make ourselves a bunch of concrete powders, you'll see that this does actually work fairly well. So we got the water right there. That's going to convert it all into solid blocks once it gets pushed down. And then as you can see, there's no concrete down there. Go ahead and place it all against that block. Gets pushed down, converted, you place some more, and that's about all there is to it. Very simple, very straightforward. We got ourselves a full wall of concrete down there now. I quite like this actually. This works pretty well. Basalt farms are also incredibly easy as well, but how we make it work with this system, I'm not entirely sure. So we would likely want to push the basalt going upwards like so. That way it's in front of the blasting wall. However, then when the blocks get broken by the ghast, it's just going to be like sitting there as an item, and then it's probably going to get destroyed by the next ghast fireball. So how do you collect it from that state? I am not entirely sure. We could do something similar up above and then push down the basalt from above, which is likely what we'll do now that I think about it. We'll have to flip all of that redstone off to the other side, and then that should be fine, I think. So yeah, I really should have thought about that first, but all the redstone for the concrete converter needs to be taken from the right side and pushed over to the left side, and then the concrete converters will be perfect. Then we can install the basalt maker right there in the roof as well. That'll be a fully automatic system, no player input needed for that even. That'll push down all the basalt probably in this line right here. It'll get broken and drop off as items and then fall into the item collection. Right? I don't see any major flaws with that idea. Although there's probably at least several, knowing me. Before I can make a basalt farm, I probably need to remember how to make a basalt farm. So you need like lava and you need blue ice, right? Oh yeah, that's all there is to it. Okay, but does it work with soul sand? No, it does not. So it has to be soul soil. Fascinating. Okay. So of course, when you're building a basalt farm, you should make these things in the nether because lava spreads like 2 times faster in the nether. So you literally like get double the rates. However, we're not worried about that. This is gonna be a fully automated design using the ghast to break all the stuff. So I'm not too fussed about it being a little bit inefficient. Although I gotta say, this is actually pretty fast in the overworld. Like that's a lot faster than I expected it to be. That's pretty solid. I mean, I'm just holding down the button and it's just forming pretty much as quickly as you can break it, really. Huh. Nice. And there we go. It's actually as simple as that. Very, very simple redstone system using an observer. Basically the same thing that we're using for the concrete converter, actually. Gets turned into a block, grabbed, and then pushed down. And that's basically all we need for the ghast blaster. And it's working on the server, at least a little bit, because this happens to be positioned right above that giant ugly wall that we built. So yeah, it's kind of not gonna have that many blocks. But as you can see, it does make a bit of basalt, which is cool. So now we got the basalt blasting thingy in place. We got the concrete converter in place. The tree farm, of course, was built by Legruva guy. I still really want to design one of these. The fungus farm was built by Legruva guy a while ago as well. And I believe that is everything fully functional. I'll need to go through and do test runs of all of the individual farms, see how they interact with each other and if they break each other. And then of course we still need to go through the like ghast blaster in today's video and figure out if there's any issues with that. Yes, I'm eating rotten flesh. No, that does not mean I'm a cannibal. Just trying to set up the item collection stream now, and I got 2 new bugs for you. They aren't really new, but I like to point them out whenever I see them. First of all, we got a waterlogged solid block over here, so that's pretty cool. This is actually man-made as well. It's one of the first time I've ever seen a man-made one. It was a top half slab, and then I placed a lower half slab in there, and then, you know, bam, waterlogged full block. So that's kind of cool. Also, these items over here cannot be picked up, so that's a thing. As you can see, inventory is very, very empty. Kind of, not really, it's mildly full, but those items were not pick upable, and then they just despawned. So that's a thing. So anyway, bugs aside, this is going to be a very simple system that is a little bit larger than needed just to catch blocks that go flying off in random directions when they get broken. It's going to flush all the items this way, flush them into this little thing, and then flush them further along this direction. And then I assume we'll be building the storage system for this entire farm somewhere in this area. It's actually going to be a rather large storage system because we have so many different types of items coming through the system. We're going to have 4 different types of logs, the warped and crimson fungus, the warped and crimson warp blocks, then we're going to have the basalt, and then we're also going to have the, assuming, 16 different colors of concrete. But you know what? Those can just go into an overflow miscellaneous chest. I'm not making 16 different item filters. That's just overkill. And I kind of spent all my iron on the Piglin bartering farm, but we won't talk about that. See, look at that. It really is a waterlogged full blocks. Like, the water's actually like pouring out the side and going up in there. If we remove this water, then you might see it kind of go away. See? It's very strange. It's actually waterlogged. I'm not making things up. It's not a visual bug. It's actually waterlogged. And now for the time that we've all been waiting for, we need to remove the super ugly wall. And that's going to be mildly dangerous. I'm out of invisibility potions, so I'm just going to break it from the top down. Hope that we don't blow everything up, because I just repaired everything that was blowed up before, like this thing right here. And now it's time to test things. We got the zombie on the rail line. All of these snow golems are shooting at the ghast, which is nice. However, the ghasts aren't really shooting back. So what we need to do for that is the scary thing, that is relog. I'm going to relog over here just to make sure all the chunks get loaded properly. Relog, log back in, and then when we log back in, the ghasts should, in theory, all fire at one time. It's kind of buggy, it's kind of glitchy. They have some attention issues, but hopefully they all fire at one time and they don't break anything, most importantly. Okay, there we go. That's a very promising sound. That is what I'd like to hear. Let's get in here. And we got a couple few fireballs. How many? 1, 2. We should be seeing 9. Okay, we got 2. Okay, 2. There's 2 again. Okay, so some things are broken. I think we gotta get the camera account, head back in there, fly around a little bit and see what is happening, because clearly something is wrong with this thing. Only getting 2 out of 9? That's not very good at all. That's worse than that one over there. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, I have called in the cavalry, the professionals, and they should be arriving sometime here soon, I would think. Ah, there he is. Yes, yes. Hello, Silent 2. Please help me. Come over here. Yes, yes. Hi. How you doing? Back up a little bit. To your right, your left. I don't know. Turn off your thingy so we can see your beautiful face. Ah, yes. There's your beautiful face. I've missed you for so long. I hope you're doing good, Silent 2. Anyway, we need your help to, like, go in there, not get blown up, and then maybe see what's happening. Can you do that? It would be nice if you said some things every now and again, but then again, I do understand your name. It's very descriptive. Anyway, go to the invisibility thing. You might want to take off your chest plate. This is very difficult to do. Controlling 2 accounts at once is not something that I'm used to. Okay, let's switch over to Silent 2, shall we? There we go. As you can see, this guy's beautiful. He can fly around, he can see my beautiful face, and all we gotta do is head on in here and see what's happening. He doesn't have the gas texture pack. I gotta fix that. What exactly is broken in here? Is anything broken? You're fine. Are you fine too, good sir? You're fine. What's broken in here? Because something's broken. Something isn't working somewhere. I swore... oh yeah. This is... No, this guy's fine. This guy's fine too. And so is him. So is you. And you. And you. Okay, so something... 2 of the gas die? No. Don't tell me 2 of the gas died. I'm pretty sure Corner Heart the 4th was right there. Are we gonna have to get a Corner Heart the 5th over here? Oh my god, okay. So 2 of the ghasts are dead. Well, how did that happen? That's not allowed. Did somebody come in here and break some things? Because there's been no stray ghast fireballs flying around. There's been absolutely no incidents since I was in here last time. But 2 of them died. Okay, well that's terrible. I don't like that. That's bad, bad news. And then what about the rest of this? The rest of this does appear to be fully functional. I don't see any issues. I see no reasons why things would be broken or why anything would not be working the way that it should. Things should just go ahead and work. Let's go ahead and actually see this in action, shall we? Flick lever. Thank you. There goes the zombie guy. It looks like the snowballs are just kind of missing. Yeah, so they can see the zombies at the wrong time, so the snowballs are missing the ghasts. So if we see that again, this guy will get hit, but this guy probably won't. That guy will. This guy doesn't. These two do, and this one doesn't. Okay, well that does kind of explain the issue. So we need to set up some railings or something, that way the snow golems can't see the zombie when they shouldn't. That way the snowballs always hit these guys. Okay, well that sounds simple enough, right? It still sucks that these two died. That's really terrible. So moving over to the creative world, I see the issue now. Yeah, I'm supposed to put a little 2x3 wall right here to block the line of sight to the gas at each one of these things. That way they actually fire at the gas correctly. So the real question of the day is, how did these two gas die? Most importantly, how did Cornerhard the Fourth die? It's just ridiculous. I mean, the obvious answer is Cornerhard is just cursed and he can't have anything nice on the Truly Bedrock server. However, I'm not accepting that as an answer. Somehow something happened and it caused these two ghasts to die. I have no idea what that is. I'm assuming chaos, shenanigans, and likely a fair share of derps, but I honestly have no idea. Now that we mention it, actually, there is some fire over there that I didn't really notice before. So if we could get up there and explore why that exists, that might be good in shining some light on this situation. Maybe someone was outside flying around and the gas saw them and shot at them. That would explain why there's fire right here. And then potentially the gas shot each other. Like maybe this one shot this guy and that one, because there is a hole in the wall right there. That could explain that. So maybe what I'll do is I'll just go ahead and patch up all the holes in the walls. Just completely seal this thing. Also, something silly I've been doing is like still looking at the camera and like doing this whole second person thing even when I'm invisible. Like, yeah, you guys can definitely see my face. I think at this point though, you guys have seen my face so much in these videos that you can just imagine it. You just know what my facial expression is. Mostly because it never changes. Alright, I got the camera account back on the server. We're both invisible, boys. It's great. We just got a carrot, a totem, and a piece of chicken. We can take on the world like this. So I'm in here with the camera account once again, and as you can see, there is some fire. I don't know how or why there is fire. It doesn't make any sense. This thing should not be getting hit by gassed fireballs, but it is. And it's breaking stuff, and it's a bad time. Also, you'll notice that only a single ghast is firing once again, even though all 7 of them, in theory, should be. So I don't really know why things are broken or how they're broken, but I'm gonna have to spend quite a while fixing stuff, apparently. Alrighty, some progress has been made. We now have 5 of the gas firing at once, which is a very, very good thing. As you can see, there goes 5 fireballs. We might be able to do it again if we have the zombie go through again, although that might just mess them up and cause them to not want to fire. But I guess we'll find out. Looks like we still got 5. So there's still some tweaks and some tuning and some other general things that need to be done to this farm. However, good progress is being made. It's still gonna have to be another probably episode or 2 before it's fully completely done, which is the most aggravating thing in the world. Definitely gonna be another live stream of getting 2 more ghasts in there, which is gonna be oh so fun. But as you can see, it is actually functional. We can go ahead and turn on the Basalt farm at the very least and then see how that works. And there we go. As you can see, the Basalt one does actually work. It's generating Basalt automatically for us. This side right here is a little bit too far out for the gas to actually break. However, it is breaking Basalt with quite a bit of loss right now. Oh, jeez. Yeah, so there's some refinements to be made. It'll be a lot better once, you know, the actual gas blaster fully functions. But hey, you can see that the gas are kind of keeping up with the supply of basalt, so that's reassuring. We don't need to slow down to the farm or anything, which is very, very nice. But we probably will anyway, just to make sure that, you know, it really is up to par. Also, it looks like some of our things down there are getting blown up and caught on fire. That's probably not the greatest, is it? Regardless of the shortcomings of today's episode and this farm in general, we can still revel in the fact that it kind of works mildly sometimes. For the most part. It works when it's not being recorded. That's the trick. As soon as it's being recorded or anything, then it breaks. So, yeah, you'll just have to take my word for it on that. But as you can see, if we place in the concrete, then that'll all get pushed down into the blasting area and broken, and then of course drop down into the water stream as well. Of course, we're at like 5/9 capacity right now with the Ghast fireballs, so it's not really gonna be the most efficient at breaking the blockages. However, it still kind of works, which is nice. I am realizing, however, that none of the blocks in this area are pretty much ever going to get broken, so we need to slightly readjust the redstone, especially for the basalt maker, because that's going to really get broken, because no blocks in this row ever get explodified. Same thing on the other side. We really only have that 6 wide area to mess with when it comes to having blocks being blown up by the ghasts. So there is a snow golem missing right there. I need to repair that guy and put him back to work. And then that'll mostly explain the first 2 ghasts not firing. Then we need to replace the other 2 ghasts in the back. And if we do that, we should more or less be complete with this farm, I hope. All right, this is my last attempt of the day, and if it's not working by now, then I clearly need to go take a nap because my brain is burnt on out. So that looks like it is hitting everybody. I'm fairly certain that every single one of those ghasts just got hit by a snowball. Anything? Whoa, dang it! I should not have been standing there. Ah, well that just ruined it. It was probably perfectly fine before I was literally standing in the way of the giant fireballs. Ah, man. Okay, well how many are firing? Any of them? We got 5? Okay, well we still got 5, so I haven't broken anything. We're still about even, right? Did I just break a little bit of this redstone line? I think I just broke a little bit of the redstone line. Maybe it's fine. Nope, that guy's gonna be dead, isn't he? Yep, this guy's gonna be dead in there. Okay, and that guy's just like, I don't think he's ever fired. Maybe we can't use the upside down gas. Maybe we gotta rename him. So, other than that, that's about as good as we're gonna get. For some reason, 2 of these are still not firing. For some reason, that one's not firing and that one's not firing. I don't know why, it's just questions. I'm giving this a mild stamp of approval. It works 5/9 of the time, so that's probably good enough. It's good enough for our use case, isn't it? Anyway, I'll come back through here in between episodes and fix up all the things that we need to fix up, get the 2 additional ghasts in there, readjust to some of this redstone, and then that should hopefully, finally, possibly, maybe be it. I really want to get this project done. It has a lot of awesome potential, but messing with these ghasts is honestly incredibly unpredictable, and you never quite know what's gonna break where, when, or how, so we'll get it figured out when we get it figured out, basically. And that's about gonna do it for today's episode of Truly Bedrock. By the time we start the next episode, this thing is gonna be completely done, dusted, and finished, and if it's not, then you have permission to slap me in the comment section. Anyway, thank you so very much for watching today's episode of Truly Bedrock. I do hope that you have enjoyed. Of course, if you did, then leave a like on the video. It helps out the video and the channel a ton. If you are new here, then make sure to subscribe so you don't miss more videos like this in the future. And I'll see you all down in the comment section and in the next one. Thanks again for watching. And then there was silence.